and gentlemen. Welcome to the 7-Figure Fashion Business Podcast,
where we talk about the fashion industry and how to get your fashion business to 7 figures.
From manufacturing strategies, cut and sew designers, to fashion hot topics and the latest fashion trends, I'm your host, Monica Monique.
And I'm your host, XYZ. And let's jump into today's episode. Hi.
Hey.
What's up?
Nothing much. I'm trying to think. Is anything... Have I read any good books lately? Have I seen any good television? You know what? I've been watching The Nanny a lot lately. From like season 1, episode 1. Mm-hmm. I love it. Her looks were top tier. The jokes were really funny. And it's just like good, nice TV. It was a really good show. Very well written. Yeah.
A lot of the shows back then was well written.
I wonder, I didn't watch a lot of TV as a kid, but I wonder if there was other shows talking about Jewish people the way this show talks about Jewish people. Because she was very Jewish and her parents were very Jewish, and every episode it was like, oh my God, Mom, you just want me to be with a doctor, or you just wanted me to marry anybody, or like, and she would use like, I don't know if it's called Jewish slang, but she would always be saying like these Hebrew words to describe different things, but just in like a funny way. So I wonder if there was any other show that really made like Jewish women look this like cute and funny and classy and comical, and like I feel like it was a big part of her character was her Jewish heritage. But I really used to love that show, watching it in the middle of the night growing up, because it was one of those shows, because it was after, the seasons were well over that I was watching it. So it was one of those shows that would come at 11 p.m. or, so I used to love watching that show.
We should do a episode on her fashion.
Yeah.
I follow a page, it's called Fran Fashion, I think.
Oh, really? I follow a page just called What Fran Wore.
Yeah, What Fran Wore.
Yeah. And it talks about like, oh, this is actually from the 1993 Gucci collection, exclusive here, or whatever. So she definitely had the looks.
She had one of the best looks on TV. We should do a episode.
They don't really post anymore.
Yeah, they don't.
They need to start posting again.
Yeah. After you post every outfit,
repost them.
You run out of content.
Yeah.
Content ideas.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Side note. I think that somebody should do I don't know what her character, what Zoe wore for the show Grownish, Yara Shahidi. Her looks,
they probably
are top tier. I've looked for it. I almost want to start the page myself, but her looks be top tier, like similar to The Nanny. And her hairstyles, they need a black hairstyle page inspired by whoever is doing her hair on Grownish. Top tier. New inspirational black girl hairstyles every week that you don't usually see. Just so creative. I would love like a page to be dedicated to her hairstyles and a page dedicated to her outfits.
Yeah. Well, let's do an episode on TV looks, TV character looks.
For sure. There's a lot of characters we could talk about. Oh my God. I have so many in mind. But yeah.
Did you see that I think it's Kim? She's reselling her Birkin.
Kim Kardashian?
But she's reselling one of her Birkins, but it's like damaged.
Okay.
It got like makeup stains, or it don't even have to be makeup stains. It looked like it just got stains on it.
Okay.
But she's selling it for $40,000.
Okay.
And social media was going crazy,
saying that that's cheap.
No, it's like, why are you selling this damaged bag for $40,000?
Oh, I would think that's cheap for a Birkin.
For Kim K's Birkin?
Yeah, for Kim K's Birkin? I'm like, that's cheap. What are you talking about?
What did y'all mad at her for?
The average person is mad about that, not somebody who's rich. Somebody who's rich is like, that's a steal.
Right.
Let's get that.
Do you ever go on their website? Did you know that they resell their clothes?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
The Kardashians?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They have a website and they all resell their clothes, baby clothes. I didn't know that.
Yeah. They talk about it sometimes, but yeah. And then Kim will put it in her stories every once in a while, like, okay, these are the new items that I added to, I don't know, Kardashian closet or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a few Birkins on there. I think they had like 3 Birkins on there.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. They had like Burberry. It was like Burberry kid stuff. Mm-hmm. So funny.
Oh, Burberry kid stuff. Yeah.
Oh, side note. This girl had a baby shower. And I guess her baby daddy wasn't there.
Okay.
And guess what all her friends...
What is he about to do?
Guess what all her friends were? She had like... Yeah. She had like 4 friends. And they all dressed in Burberry.
Okay.
I was like, this is funny.
But did you see the title that I titled the last episode?
What?
I titled it Burberry Baby Daddy.
Oh.
That's what I titled the episode.
That's good.
Yeah. That's what it's called. Burberry Baby Daddy, and then comma the history of Burberry. Yeah. It's for baby daddies. And babies.
I guess.
But yeah. Oh, I wanted to play this clip. Speaking of Kim K's Birkin, let me play this clip that I saw. I felt like the girl was speaking. I mean, we had the whole episode, and of course, if y'all haven't heard it, go back and listen to the history of Hermes, in the Birkin. But this girl explains the Birkin perfectly. Let's listen.
Really, who does get to buy a Birkin? I know I'm late to this, but I got a lot of thoughts. Real quick, 2 California women are suing Hermes because they can't get their hands on the coveted Birkin bag. Well, they're saying, according to Hermes, you can't get your hands on this bag unless you have a really big purchase history. In other words, buyers that are eligible, worthy, if you will. Here's the tea, all right? When it comes to Hermes, there's the 2 coveted bags, the Birkin and the Kelly. I think I'm the unpopular opinion here. A lot of people are saying, yes, it's about time. I think this is bullshit. I'm going to tell you why. First of all, Hermes is not the only company that does this. A lot of watch brands do this as well. Hermes is just the most famous for doing this. The whole reason you want this bag is because Hermes does this. If anyone's telling you they're buying these bags for the beauty and the craftsmanship, they're straight up lying. Bitch, please. If this bag wasn't hard to get, you wouldn't want this bag. Part of me loves this bag because of the game. But the biggest part of me loves these bags because of the value. The brilliant business model that Hermes pretty much created. Why do you think it's so hard to get certain watches? They took a page out of Hermes's book. Facts. See, here's the thing. If I'm buying a beautiful Bottega bag, I know as soon as I buy that bag, it's dropped its value. As soon as I walk out the door. I know when I buy an Hermes Kelly or Birkin bag, it's tripled its value as soon as I walk out that door. See, I like to...
So, in that clip, she basically explains that most of the reason why people love these bags and want these bags is because it's so hard to get. And you have to spend a certain amount within the Hermes company to even qualify to get this bag. And even after you qualify, you get put on the list. And it might be another 10 years until you'll get up to your name on the list. So I think that is, number 1, smart, but we already talked about how smart it is. But number 2, necessary. Like, she even said, like, as expensive a brand as Bottega is, that value drops when you walk out the door. So the fact that Hermes does their Birkin and Kelly bag in this way, it makes the value go up. Is necessary.
Yeah, and they're not the only one. I like how she said they're not the only one that does it.
She said watch brands like Rolex does it as well. I didn't know that. I'm not really into watches, but I guess they took a page, she said, out of Hermes's book. So,
I've been into watches lately.
Yeah,
for some reason.
Like looking at them or getting them?
Looking at them.
Yeah.
I've been looking at G-Shocks. Remember G-Shocks?
No.
Oh my god, we should do an episode on G-Shocks. But they was like this real cool brand, and they wasn't expensive. It probably was like $200 a watch, $300 a watch, $500 at the most. They still pretty cheap. So I went back and I looked at it, and I'm like, oh wow, I could see a comeback from them.
Yeah. I
back to the Birkins.
My friend loves watches, and she does have some beautiful watches when I look at them. She has a Rolex too. They are gorgeous watches. Watches are just not my thing. I don't think I like the weight on my wrist all day every day.
I had a watch on like last week because somebody forgot their watch and I just picked it up. I was cleaning up and I just picked it up. And I was looking at the time and I did not touch my phone for hours because I had the clock.
Oh, really?
On my, yeah. I had the clock on my arm, so I might get a watch. Not an Apple Watch. I might really go get a regular watch.
A regular watch?
And set like the time, because you know you can set timers.
Yeah.
And set a timer, and that could probably help.
You set timers on watches?
Mm-hmm. It's a watch.
You can set the time, but not a timer.
Yes, you can.
I don't know. I never heard of that.
It's literally what are watches for? Time.
So you can check the time.
You could check time, and then some watches have like buttons.
Like a digital time? Oh, a digital watch. I'm thinking of regular watch.
Oh, I'm talking about a digital watch.
Oh, okay. That's why I'm like, I don't think.
Okay, we're not going back to.
I thought you was trying to get a regular watch.
No, it's no.
Okay.
But it was pretty cool. I definitely need to invest in a watch. And set alarms. Like, okay, 12 o'clock. Now you gotta make content. 1 o'clock. Watch this is 2 o'clock. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Keep me on the schedule. So I'm not picking up my phone.
Right. I think, yeah, watches ain't it for me. But, I mean, to dress up yourself every once in a while. Like, I have the anklets in the store now, and I'm excited for one day when I pick an outfit where I can put on an anklet. I feel like it'll be cute to dress up in a different way, accessorize in a different way than I normally do. I think that'll be cute.
I get anklets every summer, but I always break them or lose them.
Really?
But
I've never worn an anklet, I don't think, in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
When I was younger, that was my favorite jewelry.
Really?
For some reason, yeah.
I don't know about my ankles. I don't know.
It's so cute. Anklet with the white toes.
Oh, God. The white toes.
That combo.
I don't know if I've ever had white toes. Maybe once. But it's never been like... I like nude or pearl color. So like a shiny type of... But the white, I don't know. It just seems so trendy. I don't know.
It's like the only color that look great on toes.
You think? I don't think. I think pink toes are cute when girls have their white pink in the summer. I think they're cute.
Pink and white.
Yeah.
The French tips too.
I don't understand French tip toes. I think that's weird.
Really, I think it's so cute.
I think that's so weird.
I got press on
because I don't think show your toes have tips.
I got press on toenails. They're
psychotic to me.
They're French.
Okay.
Watch when I take a picture. You'll be like, oh, this is cute.
Okay. What was the subtopic you were talking about?
Kim K.
Oh, we already talked about that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I did have a question.
Okay.
If you wasn't a fashion designer, what would your profession be? What would your other career choice be?
If I wasn't a fashion designer, I think I would be in fashion, maybe a buyer for a company.
No, nothing fashion.
Oh, nothing fashion? I think I would be a painter.
Okay.
Or a sculptor.
So an artist.
Yeah, I'm really good at painting and sculpting. I just don't do it for some reason.
You could put it into a dress.
For a dress. For sure. I guess the things that I make is like sculpting. But
your Patti LaBelle, you drew on it. That was really good. That was really neat.
Yeah. I'm really good at art. I did art teaching for a while. I was really good at that. Like, I just couldn't understand why anybody would be teachers with the amount they pay. But I was good at being a teacher.
Yeah.
What else would I do? Yeah, maybe that's what I would do. Maybe I would be like a painter who's also an art teacher.
Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be a cool profession for me, I think.
Okay.
What about you?
I think I would be a science. I think I would be into science. I think I would be into hair, beauty, and stuff for sure. But if I'm not into like looks and fashion and stuff, I think I would be into science. Or I think I would study space or like study the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a marine biologist. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not interested in the ocean.
I'm so interested in this solar eclipse today.
Don't say today, then they're gonna know that we recorded this all late.
I was so interested in the solar eclipse. Did you see the solar eclipse?
No, but it was cap. In my mind. We'll see.
We gotta see it.
We'll see. What time?
3:30, I think. That's when it's going on right now. But that's when the whole thing comes out.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I wanted to play this clip too. I thought this was it's this post. It says what to put in your fashion portfolio. And it says, number 1, you should put your research in your fashion portfolio. Number 2, mood boards. Number 3, your fashion illustrations. Number 4, fashion photography. And number 5, your work experience. And I thought that was interesting because I think most people would put their work experience first. Or think that that's the most important thing to be in there. And possibly your fashion illustrations. But I don't know if people would think to put fashion photography in your research into your fashion portfolio, as in like you just researching any fashion topic that you're interested in and maybe what came about from it, which could possibly be a mood board. But I thought that was interesting to say that you need that in your fashion portfolio.
What about students, like people that's in high school and they haven't experienced like fashion yet and they applying to schools? They don't have all of that.
They're going to have to figure it out.
They're going to have to figure it out.
It says any creative work, and you can also put in styling projects too. You have to make a portfolio for any job, for any like a resume. This one says entry level fashion internships. But I always see entry level fashion internships. I don't think anybody wants an entry level anything because entry level don't pay. Internships don't pay. If you're in college, sure, that makes sense for you. But most people are not in college anymore, and they're looking for a real job that pays a living wage. And these fashion internships is not going to work for most adults.
I seen a list of fashion internships going on right now. Balenciaga, Chanel, and I forget the other brands.
Yeah.
But they have internships on LinkedIn.
Oh, really?
You know, I'll be on LinkedIn.
I wouldn't mind doing an internship
just to see, right?
Yeah, just to see, like be behind the scene, like a spy.
Yeah, just spy,
like a fly on the wall to spy on these big companies. And because clearly I make enough money to support myself at this point, but I don't understand how somebody at 25 or 27 could be able to do it and then not have a regular job too. I think it's only for college students or people who already have a career, but definitely not for people trying to have a career because like they're gonna be homeless going to these internships. I
think internships is important just as much as school and education is. I think you need both of them.
I definitely think you need both.
I would love to intern for these big brands, especially with the podcast. I would probably have to sign a non-disclosure.
I hope they don't make you sign a non-disclosure because I would be giving out all the tea. Like, ooh, guess what? So the pattern maker had an argument with this person.
I would be giving out all the tea
over a 1/2-inch pleats. Like, it would be so interesting to me.
But you ever realize that you never hear like the inside tea of like working at these places.
But when I worked at Beaver Hapatra as my college internship, it was so much fun going to New York every day and then like hanging out with the other girls who had the internships. And there was one lady who had an internship and she was like in her late 30s, but she was also going to Parsons in her late 30s. So it was part of her college experience, even though she was like an older intern. But we would they would give us our projects every morning and we were talking about different things. The pattern maker was the most interesting person to me. Cause it was like this older white lady, but not like old. It was old to me at the time. She was in her 40s, and I was like in college. And she would just be working on like a science. It looked like a science project. The way she would manipulate certain patterns in certain ways and be drawing the little lines and dots and a dart here. And okay, this beading needs to go here, and then this needs to go there. I would just watch her work every day, and then I would be like hand beating a gown somewhere or picking up orders for him, like zippers and stuff. I would have to do that every day. But I felt like her job was the most interesting. Yeah. It seemed like she worked the hardest.
Yeah.
The pattern maker worked the hardest.
I can see it.
Out of every position.
I can see it.
Yeah.
You caught the bus to New York every day? Wow.
Caught the bus at 6 a.m. every morning. Got there at 8. And then would catch the bus at like 5:30 and get back at 7:30. Yeah.
Interesting.
After I got cool with some of the interns, I would stay at their apartments on certain days. But yeah, I never lived there full time.
Yeah, the prices. I looked up some New York apartments because I was just going through this phase where I'm like, go move away, do something spontaneous. Those prices for rent is crazy
for that amount of space.
Yeah, they're my New York dreams.
It's crushed.
I gotta get some real money.
Yeah.
Or I gotta get lucky.
Yeah. This one girl
get a scholarship or something.
She said she got lucky. Her mom knew a guy who had a place in Brooklyn, and he's like in his 70s and he lives in Connecticut. But they got a really good price for like a 2-floor apartment. And I was just like, girl,
yeah,
so lucky.
So lucky.
So lucky.
Need to network, I guess. Talk.
Network with the senior citizens. The senior citizens got property.
Yeah, they don't.
They're not even living in or doing nothing with. Especially a senior citizen that don't got no kids or grandkids. Let me be your grandchild. I will check on you. I'll make sure the nurse is not abusing you and everything. What places do you have?
Yeah.
What properties?
Do you follow Fit on FIT on Instagram? They post their students' work.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think I could tell they're a really good school.
Yeah. And
I was like, wow.
I'm looking for this post again. Now I can't find it.
If only. Hopefully, I'm gonna still give it a try. I'm a planner too.
I thought this post was really interesting. So it says priceless. And mind you, this is for a graphic designer, but I feel like this could relate to fashion too. Okay, so it says priceless. If we design everything, it's €500. If we design and you watch us design, it's €800. If we design and you advise us, it's €1,000. If we design and we let you help us design, it's €1,500. If you design and we help you, it's €2,000.
I liked it.
If you design and we advise you, it's €3,500. If you design and we watch you, it's €5,000. And if you design everything, it's €8,000. Brilliant.
Fashion designers take notes.
Take note.
That is
because so much of designing for a customer is, let me tell you how to do it. Yeah. Let me show you how I want it done. Let me do this. Let me show you. Let me tell you. Let me do. Can you do it like this? Can you do it like this? What if you do this? What if you do that? If you want to design it yourself, then go ahead. But you're not going to have me design it and then stand over top of me. Because that's extra.
Yeah.
Like, that's how. And I feel like this points out that.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm going to apply that to my website. To my real life.
To your real life?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's my designs. But if you don't like none of these designs, custom orders start at $2,000. It'll get rid of a lot of red flag customers.
Yeah. And remember that lady with the baby shower dress You was like, I was like, oh, why didn't you finish sewing the thing? And you was like, because she was watching me.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, I refuse to sew with somebody watching me or standing over top of me. Like, that I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
But like, customers do act like that sometimes. It's like they want to watch you design so they could possibly tell you what's wrong or what.
Yeah.
Like, you don't do this.
The
So
space,
just please.
the space that the customer comes and the space you sew in, you gotta be separate. Something I learned, because stuff like that happens.
Yeah, it'll be interesting when the sewing stuff isn't at the store anymore.
Yeah, it'll be. I feel like it'll be peaceful.
Yeah. Oh my God, thank the Lord.
It'll be so peaceful.
It was a little girl in the store the other day, and I was. She was just a customer. She was just with a customer. Like, her older sister was trying on the prom dresses that were already hanging up. And I was in the back sewing, and she just stared at me the whole time. Now, she's a baby, so it wasn't a big deal. But she definitely, like, the whole time just watched me. So, and then played with the pins and tried to prick herself. I let her. You're going to learn if you start bleeding, I guess. Your mom clearly ain't watching you, so.
Oh, no.
Learn how to bleed, child.
Remember that little boy came in?
Which little boy?
The girl that was like, do y'all make suits? And then as soon as she came in, he was like looking for something to touch.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember. So many kids.
You don't remember?
I wanted to play this.
The thing that stuck with me the most was how sometimes we ask people to show up in a way that they're not capable of showing up. And then we get mad at them that they couldn't show up the way we wanted them to show up. And she was like, if you know this person can't show up for you like that, why do you keep putting them in a position to fail you? Right. It's like you're actually sabotaging them. Don't do that. Don't put them in a position they can't meet for you.
I felt like if you can relate this back to business, don't put people in position that they are going to fail. Or else you are literally just disappointing yourself. I thought about business-wise, like, you know how some people hire their mom to run the kitchen? or they hire, their cousin to do the accounting. And then you'll be mad when your accounting numbers is off. Or your kitchen is on fire. Or all these things. Even if you hire somebody that you don't know, but you can see that they are not the person for this job, by you still trying to force them in this position, you're only hurting your own business. I know some people are trying to save money by hiring like family members and friends, but I think overall, you're putting these people in position to fail. And it can ruin your relationship. And I just think that people should be wise. Now, it's not to say that every family member is not good or every friend or every person isn't good at certain positions. Because I had a cousin who worked in the store and she was really good at the job that she had. But I've also had other people in my family who I gave them a job and they were not really good at it. In fact, they were bad at it. But you can't put people in position to fail, and you should learn quickly what people can't do. And go about your day.
When I first became an entrepreneur, my mindset was, okay, I'm gonna get this money. My mindset was, okay, I'm gonna get this money, and I'm gonna share it with everybody. I'm gonna give everybody jobs and make sure like the whole family like get out the hood. Blah blah blah. That mindset. And I worked at this restaurant where the whole business was every employee knew the owner in some kind of way. So he hired a lot of family and a lot of friends. And a lot of them wasn't qualified for the job, or they was terrible people. They hurt their business in some kind of way. And he refused to fire them. He kept giving them chances after chances because he rather not see you on the streets. He wants you to have money. He rather not see you on the streets selling drugs or doing the wrong things. So,
but is that okay? But you're delaying your progress in your business by having these people in your company.
That was the problem with the job, and that's one of the reasons why I quit. Because it was failing. It was like it was just little things. Like, we had to, like, just following the rules. Some people be like, well, I'm not doing that because I don't want to do it. And I'm not going to do it because I'm going to break a nail. Or they just didn't follow the rules.
Crazy.
And then they was just like, well, whatever. Because like, if this is your mindset, then, oh my God, you got to go. Whatever, you can go tell him because and he can say it to me. I run this.
Absolutely not.
But family and friends don't take your business serious like how you would take your business serious.
Right.
That's one of my fears. When
having your family involved?
When I like get to the point where I'm running my business comfortably, I see one of my fears is a family member asking me for a job. And I know better. Like, I know to say no because of what I seen and what I learned.
Right.
And I have to watch them be broke because I don't want to hurt my business.
Right.
I know I'm gonna be looked at. I know I'm gonna be looked at as the bad guy because I'm setting boundaries. But you have to do what you got to do for your business.
Yeah.
Also, at the restaurant, the food was really nasty. The cooks actually did not know what they was doing.
Yeah.
And it was the owner gave the kitchen to his mom. Like, that was his mom's biggest dream, to have her own kitchen.
Oh my God. Okay.
So the fact that the food was nasty, the owner could not fire his mom. Like, from the bottom of his heart, that's his love. He could not. But it was a lot of chefs.
But you're literally a restaurant, though.
Yeah, it was a lot of people that came in there that wanted to work with him and help him better the food. But he couldn't do it because that was his mom. So loyalty, is there loyalty in business?
Clearly in his, loyal to nonsense.
I call him the neighborhood hero.
But to sacrifice yourself, you know how people say, put on your own mask before you put on somebody else's mask on a flight when the plane is going down. You have to put on your oxygen mask first before your kids, before your wife, before everybody. Because if you are dying, how can you help anybody else? You are literally dying. You have to save yourself first in order to help these other people. His restaurant is failing because he's trying to save all these other people. Is crazy to me.
I mean, I guess it's still going strong, so he's doing something right.
Drinks.
Yeah, people, once they get drunk, they don't care about what the food tastes like.
Craziness.
And I mean,
it's a no.
I
mean, I've had people who I just like let go. I really just be like, I just can't even afford to pay you anymore. And even though that's not true, that's what I say. So they gotta look for something else. Because I'm like, actually, the business just isn't even doing well right now, so I really can't afford to pay you. So we gotta find another job. But in real life, they wasn't good at their job. But I don't tell them they wasn't good at their job. I just say I can't.
You're gonna meet. That's gonna be normal. I think it's rare you meet a good employee.
Yeah. You said rare? Yeah. I think so too. I think also, like, there's this dang, I wish I had it. I wish I could find it. But there's this quote. It's not a quote. There's a story about, I think it's about the San Francisco forest or something. Like the San Francisco forest. Basically, they wanted to preserve it or make it a certain way. So they took all the animals out, you know, put them in the zoos and whatever, but they only left the deer. Did I tell you this story before? So they only left the deer. And then I guess deers all eat the same things, right? Because they're all deers. So let's say all the deers were eating all like the berries and the grass, but nobody was there to eat the nuts and the fruits, and no other animal was there to climb the trees, and no animals were there to do that. So eventually, over time, it was all dead grass and no berries, but all these other things were just overpowering and ruining the forest because all you have is this one type of animal. So then they started to introduce like beavers and groundhogs to eat the nuts and to take care of the woods. And then that happened, and they're like, okay, well, let's introduce the bears back into the forest to climb the trees and to eat this type of, I don't know, grass or tree or forest, whatever. And then let's put back in this animal. And slowly, as they introduced more animals into the forest became a thriving environment again. Because now there were animals that were eating the different plants, but there were also animals that were eating other animals. So like now there's not an overpowering of deer. Now like some deer die, some deer don't. There were rabbits, there were this. Now berries started to grow back. Now fruit started to grow in these areas. But the way I took that story was, if you only have one type of person in your business, then your business can't thrive. So for me specifically, let's say if everybody is exactly like me, if everybody wants to have their own business one day, if everybody wants to sew and sell clothes and be a teacher or a custom designer, then that's too many deers in one business.
I can see that.
Because everybody's going after the same goal. Versus if you introduce somebody who only likes customer service and helping the walk-in clients, then that feeds the other part of the business. If you introduce somebody else that only likes calculating and doing the numbers and making sure the books are straight, then that feeds another part of the business. If you only have somebody that's interested in managing your website and your social media, then that feeds another part of the business. But you have to introduce these different characters into the business for the environment to grow as a whole. And I think that's where another way where you can mess up in your business is if you hire too many deer. Like too many people that have the exact same goal, because everybody's doing the exact same thing, and now these other things are falling apart.
Yeah.
So another thing to consider.
Yeah.
Make sense? I feel like you're just looking like
I don't have nothing else to say. I agree with it.
Yeah.
Especially in the fashion world, because everybody going to just quit after they're going to quit and do their own thing.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I need somebody like Kyra who only really good at customer service. I need somebody like Brittany back when she was doing the books and the numbers, and like she was very organized, clean. Like she would go back and clean different stuff in the store every time she walked in. But you need all these different characters.
Like a retail manager or like customer service.
Even when I had Melissa, the girl who was doing the social media.
Yeah.
Like she was good for doing like just that and working on just that. So I think that you have to have these different, like in order to feed the full environment, you have to have people that are interested in different parts of it. Everybody can't be into the same exact thing.
Yeah.
I think that was a good quote to end off of.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely learn.
Let's go see the eclipse.
Yeah, let's go see the eclipse, I guess. We'll be back. We'll tell you how it was. Count your blessings.
Before you count your money.
Okay, bye.